I'm imagining like Mario Kart because we need like good quality sperm. Oh my gosh, like we need to do it now. Go through the woman's body. You could do it once a month, you could do it once a week. What does that even mean? Freaking about to travel to Africa. I am not a chill person. Out of all the people, like me? Woo! Hi. Hello, welcome to my channel. It's Crystall. Wow, I haven't done that in a really long time. We're officially more than halfway into 2025 and it's been a really busy and crazy year. I'm now currently in my third trimester with just a few weeks left to go. And as much as I wanted to document this entire pregnancy journey, I have not been okay for the majority of my pregnancy. I was not in a physical or mental state to be sitting down and editing videos. I definitely took a break from social media, especially towards the earlier parts of my pregnancy, but especially on YouTube. So today, I really wanted to focus on my pregnancy story, everything I did to try to conceive, recaps from the first and second trimester primarily. And I also asked on Instagram if there are any pregnancy related questions and I got a few. So I'm definitely going to try to answer those in the middle of my video as well. So I hope this video helps you if you are planning on expanding your family, if you are in the process right now, or if you're just curious how this all works. So let's get into it. First, how did you prepare before trying to get pregnant? So I made my husband start taking folic acid at least 3 months before we started trying. That's what my OB recommended, and I've also gotten that recommendation from a lot of people near me as well. As for myself, I also started taking folic acid, but it's really more on the men that need to take it because we need like good quality sperm, you know? So I was really consistent with my daily multivitamins and the folic acid, and eventually when I got pregnant, I took one thing, which is like the prenatal multivitamin, and just stuck with that. We also started both working out more and tried to build a healthier lifestyle. Again, it's the quality that we're trying to build, right? Like we need a good quality egg and a good quality sperm, and that's when the magic happens. As stressful as the entire process is, like you really have to intentionally be worry-free, stress-free, and if you're not that type of person, then you gotta make some effort to try to become chill, at least a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Okay, this one was actually really common. How long did we try? What does it exactly mean to try? So this is the visual timeline of my entire pregnancy. This is counting the time when we said, okay, now like let's actually do this. Let's try to make a baby. From that to I am pregnant and this one is actually sticking. That whole process, I would say, took about 1.5 years. Throw in 2 miscarriages in there and count the pregnancy. And what does it mean exactly to try? This was actually a big question that I had. I had no idea. So many people were just like, we just tried once and it worked. What does that even mean? The interaction itself, or anytime you have an interaction with your partner, it's fair game. As far as the cadence, let me actually hold on it and then come back to it right after this point. What kind of pregnancy app did you use? Did you use an ovulation strip or a digital test? For the pregnancy app, I actually used Flow, and I think this one really worked out for me, but I had a very regular period cycle, and I didn't really depend on the ovulation strips. If you don't have a very consistent cycle, I think that's when the ovulation strips really help. And I know everyone is different, but this is how I did it. So when I log into my app and then I see that this week I am ovulating, my OB actually recommended the 2-day method. So the 2 days start before the ovulation week, during ovulation week, and after the ovulation week. So we did the 2-day method every month that we wanted to try intentionally. Of course, if you really want to get into it with your partner every single day, I guess it may help you probability wise, but men also need apparently around 48 hours to replenish their sperm. They can't constantly release. Even if they can, it won't be like good quality. Again, quality. You could do it once a month, you could do it once a week, whatever it is. But the ovulation week is when you really want to focus because you have a higher chance of conceiving. And yeah, the app may not be 100% to predict your period, but also for me, it was always only like a day or two difference. It was really accurate for me and it worked out. So if you're like me, I think you can just stick with the app. Save your money and save your stress on the ovulation strips. They can really also like mess with your brain. The first 3 months I started trying, like way in the beginning, I did use ovulation strips. I got these from Amazon. Like I didn't even know what I was doing, but I got it because that's what everyone recommends you get. And I had this talk with my OB as well. I mean, if you think about it, there's only a very specific window where you're ovulating, and that's like the prime time where you really have a high chance of conceiving. If your partner is not there in that moment, then your probability goes down again. Like what if you test during work? You're not gonna just all of a sudden be like, oh my gosh, like we need to do it now. That's not how it works, right? So I personally don't really find ovulation strips that useful or helpful. Again, that's me. Also, because I had a very regular cycle, I think it worked out for me without the ovulation strips. So FYI, after the ovulation strips, one change I did make pre-seed. And this is actually the first time I saw 2 lines. I didn't even know about this. And I was actually fascinated. I was like, It's essentially like a tollway for the sperm. I'm imagining like Mario Kart. Again, it's just something extra that you can do. It worked for me because ever since I started using it, I saw 2 lines all 3 times. Although 2 of them did result in a miscarriage, at least I saw the 2 lines. And officially, we conceived. Let's go to the first day of my ultrasound, my official first ultrasound. I never got this ultrasound experience until the 3rd time. And it was the most shocking thing because that's actually when I discovered that I had twins. I have what they call monozygotic di twin boys. Very fancy word for identical twin boys. Monozygotic pretty much means that my egg split into half. Amazing. The di part, this actually means that each twin has their own separate placentas and their own amniotic sac. And this is actually like the lowest risk out of the 4 different types of twin pregnancies. So I was so thankful, still thankful. Did you have twins in your family? Was it IVF or natural? Ours was completely natural. And it also goes on to my next question. Did you have twins in your family? Apparently, I did. I had no idea. My mom had no idea. I don't think a lot of people in my family had an idea because I've never witnessed a twin in my family. So we did some tracking in the family tree and it turns out that my grandma's sister was a fraternal twin herself. That was wild. And I've never really grown up with twins around me. So this entire like twin concept, I was so shocked. It took me a long time to process and finally like accept. It still trips me out from time to time. I'm just like, wow, like I can't believe that I'm having twins. Like me? Out of all the people, like me? So with twins, they're considered higher risk than singletons, of course. So I do go see my OB pretty often. I had to go in every single month. So I've gotten ultrasound images every single time, which ended up becoming really assuring for me because I can see them growing, knowing that they're healthy. It just makes me feel better. So I actually am thankful for that. Now let's get into the 1st and 2nd trimester symptoms. Let me be real on this. There's so many memes out there like 1st trimester struggles, 2nd trimester is like a glow up phase, 3rd trimester is like really counting down the weeks, getting bigger day by day, and waiting for the babies to arrive. When did you start the 2nd trimester glow up? Some people struggle all the way. Absolutely. And my 2nd trimester glow up phase actually started a little later. Maybe it's because I have twins. Maybe just like double the hormones. Like I don't know. But it did start a lot later than other people. All of 1st trimester and the 1st half of 2nd trimester, I was struggling. I threw up every single day. I'm not even kidding. On average, 10 times a day. the only things I can take down and consume, because I was like, oh my gosh, like I feel like I need to eat. But everything that I eat, I would just throw up, right? In the beginning, all I had was cold ginger water, cold lemon water, and like little apple bites. Like Tommy cut it into little bites. Oh, and bananas in the middle of the night. If I get up in the middle of the night and I just feel so nauseous and I just don't feel well, I would just eat a banana. I held it together for the most part in front of people, but I stopped making plans eventually because even if I made plans, I couldn't like go out the day of because I feel so sick and so bad. I had a lot of people like wanting to treat me, to congratulate me for being pregnant. I just ended up buying a lot of it because honestly, I didn't retain any of the food. Like I would eat and it'd be fine, but I would just throw up right after. It's like I literally had an eating disorder. I had a few things like prescribed to me for my nausea, but it didn't work. And I tried a lot of different remedies, didn't work. So I just eventually gave up trying to do anything and just chose to throw up. And also because I couldn't eat that much, I didn't gain as much weight and my bump really didn't start showing. When I started feeling the bump and seeing it and feeling it through my clothes, like and how they fit, it was more towards the 20-week mark when I started showing. So that was really the most painful part of this entire pregnancy. I feel like throwing up every single day, 10 times a day on average, is not fun. As much as I was concerned about me throwing up and what kind of negative impact it would have on the babies and the baby's growth, it honestly didn't. So that was really reassuring. Every time I went to go get a scan, they were growing healthy and they were just doing fine. The more I was struggling, they were growing, so it was all worth it. I also haven't been able to get much sleep during my entire pregnancy. Considering that I didn't sleep that much, I feel like I didn't look that bad. I would get up every 30 minutes to an hour to go pee, and it's so annoying because like the work that it takes your body to get out of the bed and to get to the bathroom was not worth the amount of pee I release. Were your symptoms the same as your mom's? Heard it's genetic. She did mention that she had a pretty bad nausea phase. I don't know about fatigue, but she had a lot of like nausea and then cravings. I know she gave my dad a really hard time because she would look for these seasonal fruits when they're not in season. And then I think she got like really cranky. Obviously, lots of lifestyle adjustments that come with pregnancy in general. Diet, exercise, skincare, and sleeping. So let's talk about all of that. How did your cravings change? I actually didn't really have much of a craving. I am thankful because if I did have a craving, it wasn't anything unhealthy. I have actually always been a very cold person. Like everywhere I go, I'm always like, oh, it's so cold. But with the hormonal changes, my body temperature just went up. I just felt really heated all the time. I was constantly looking for like cold stuff, like cold food and cold things. Froyo is what kept me alive, I would say. I've always been a fruit lover in general, but fruit and froyo combined, game changer. It just like hit extra different. And then as far as like food, I really did eat a lot of cold noodles like soba and naengmyeon, like the buckwheat noodles. Cereal is one thing that I really didn't consume before, but cereal ended up being like really good. And the biggest difference, which I'm thankful for as well, I completely lost my appetite for coffee. I've always been a die-hard coffee junkie, but naturally, I don't know if it's like a mental thing because I didn't want anything bad. And the doctors don't forbid you from drinking coffee. You could actually have up to 200 milligrams of caffeine per day. I didn't really end up craving coffee because before I would drink coffee to like survive the day. But after becoming pregnant, when I'm sleepy or I'm tired, I just slept. So I didn't necessarily need the caffeine to function. Exercise. This is so important, especially if you do have cravings and you eat a lot. Your baby can really grow. And if your baby gets really big, it's just harder for you. I definitely was an active person before I got pregnant. It kind of really bothered me that I couldn't move as much as I used to. I started doing daily walks at home. I got an indoor treadmill, 25 to 45 minutes a day in the beginning before I got really heavy. Now I could only do like 20 minutes a day. And I also did a lot of stretching. So anytime I'm watching TV, I wasn't just like lying down. Elongate my torso a little bit to give some more room for the babies. And I don't know, I just tried to do as much as I can. I deactivated my ClassPass membership though because the first 2 miscarriages actually happened immediately after a barre class. So I just got really worried in the first like few months until I reached the stage where I was okay, which was like 14 weeks. I think I really worried about moving, and I just try to do like light walks and stretches, like none of those like workout classes. Just doesn't hurt to be extra careful, you know, especially if you do have history. After everything was okay and everything was confirmed and I started feeling better in my second trimester, I signed up for a Pilates lesson every week, 50 minutes a day, and I think that's really what kept me going and energized. Pilates, swimming, yoga, like anything that helps you strengthen that pelvic floor and anything that just like gets you some movement, I think it helps. Skincare, because your girl's a skincare girly. The only ingredients that I really actively avoided were salicylic acid and retinol. I know there's a lot of debate on like chemical versus mineral sunscreen. You want to use mineral sunscreen if you're pregnant. I have mineral sunscreens that I use. I definitely used a lot of chemical sunscreen as well, but I didn't forbid or restrict myself, and obviously I am fine. We're good. I only broke out a little bit during my first trimester, especially like around my chin, but I think it had a lot to do with hormonal changes. I couldn't take enough water, a lot of dehydration, not eating well. So I think all of that combined had to do with the breakout. But after I started eating properly again and I stuck with my skincare routines just fine, like I was okay. One thing I did care about the most, and am still is my priority, is stretch mark prevention, which goes to my next question. What are you using to prevent stretch marks? I definitely mentioned on my Instagram the specific products that I use. Definitely was very diligent with using body oil and body butter combined in that order every single day, twice a day, and also my breast area because that's also growing during pregnancy as well. I can't do anything about like that birth line. That's just like a baby line and you can't do anything about it. It eventually goes away apparently after the babies are out. As far as stretch marks, I don't have any. I only have a few weeks left to go and I have not seen anything so far. This one was funny. What is your belly button situation? Belly button is freaking about to travel to Africa. It is sticking out, which is wild to me because my belly button's always been like inwards, like it's never been out. But when I wear like a tight shirt, you can see that it sticks out and it's just really funny. But definitely around the belly button area, I see darkness. It kind of looks almost bruised. It doesn't hurt or anything like that. I think it's all part of that darkening and just hormonal. Everything is hormonal here. Like we go through so much as women. Pregnancy sleeping tips. Girl. So I actually have the baby bub pillow and the big pregnancy pillow. They did not work for me the first trimester and the first half of my second trimester. I really think it works better for a bigger bump. And because I wasn't bumping as much, it wasn't really effective or helpful for me. I really looked at so many videos because I was like, there's gotta be a reason why everyone is saying like this is a must-have, but why is it not working for me? Like, am I doing it wrong? Now in my third trimester, I can't sleep without both of those. But for a long time, for a good like 30 weeks, I didn't use those because it wasn't really helpful for me. And this forbidden sleeping on the back deal, apparently if you sleep on the left side, it gives you better blood flow for the babies. So they say don't ever sleep on your back, especially as you get later in your pregnancy. Like right now, I shouldn't be sleeping on my back, but I've always been a back sleeper. It kills me that I cannot sleep on my back. Ugh. And again, this is one of those things where like different doctors say different things. Like Korean doctors say that you can sleep on your back until you just start feeling really uncomfortable. Even if you sleep on your right side, it's not like your babies are gonna die. So I don't really understand. I think it just depends on you and your comfort level, how you feel. Like, you need to be able to sleep, right? Like, it's your position. So you need to figure out what works best for you. I was able to sleep on my back for a really long time. Now I'm finally, the last few weeks, having to sleep on my left side only, but all good. It'll be over soon. What kind of factors did you consider when choosing your OB? Oh, because I've had so many like bad OB experiences, I really went for recommendations by friends who delivered. And I chose this clinic. I love the doctor. I love the professionalism. I love the experience that everyone had after their deliveries, like first and second children as well. And most importantly, they have to be close by, in my opinion. Especially towards the later part of your pregnancy, when you get really, really heavy, you can't even drive around that easily by yourself. You don't know what's gonna happen to you, and you have to be able to access them really easily, even after delivery too, because I want Tommy to be able to like stop by the house whenever I need something extra. So yeah, I really hope I can edit this down into a video that's not too long, but I really hope this video was helpful. I don't know. These next few weeks are going to be so precious and so important for us, and we want to embrace this stillness and just the moment with us two as long as possible, but also doing everything we can to prepare for the twins' arrival. We're really excited. I can't wait to share everything with you guys. I have so much content coming, so I'm really excited to be editing again and getting all these videos out for you guys. A lot has happened. I just need to share them with you guys. My videos here on YouTube will always be a little delayed because it takes time to edit, you know? But you can follow me on Instagram for daily updates, and I don't know, you may be able to get a preview of the twins a lot faster than you think. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!